Hey Leo, this is Isol. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic, and I want to do your love and relationship reading for the month of October, 1st through the 15th, or October, however it works. You can't control energy. Yeah, 2018. So, you know, I really wanted you to have a good reading. Aquarius and Virgo, like, harsh, harsh. You, thankfully, a little harsh, but not so bad. So let me get into it. So I pull overall energies for the readings that I do, and the card that came out was the Two of Pentacles. This is balance. This is, you know, bringing back balance to a situation that got out of hand, I feel. On the bottom of the deck for this balance, you have the Judgment card. You know, the Two of Pentacles can also talk about somebody juggling two people. That may have been the case, and somebody may have been given the boot, but I feel like in this situation, you're going to reconcile with this person, or this person is going to do that with you. I don't feel that this is where the person is like out of your life. They've been out of your life for years, or, you know, you're holding on and hoping that they come. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, like insensitive, but if somebody is like holding on to something, like, and the person is not giving you any attention for like years, let it go, let it go. And some people need to hear that, but you know, I feel here like this is a fresh start in a lot of ways. And I'll tell you why, because you have page energy all throughout, but like with the other cards that are referencing it too, I feel that yes, there's levels of communication that get you to the point where you want to move forward with this person. So something in the past has happened with this relationship where it's like somebody strayed, somebody did something out of sorts and they got caught, they admitted to something, you know, however it goes for you. Like, I feel that for those wanting to reconcile with this person, I feel that you do. And I feel that it's actually good. I feel that there's a level of forgiveness, but also like a level of, okay, lesson learned, don't do it again, you know. Yeah, I don't feel this person was like super malicious in how they did whatever they did, you know. Yeah, so let's get into the reading. So the first card out is the Page of Pentacles. This is the Son of Stones, Page of Pentacles. This is, you know, moving into something deliberately, slowly, making genuine effort to solidify whatever it is that you engage in. Here you have the Queen of Swords clarifying this. So this is after a level of discernment, and you have discernment over here too in regard to justice. I'll get into that in a second, but you have the Hermit here. This is Virgo energy, but basically that energy is contemplation, decision-making. It's like, but you've had enough time to do it and you've come to a decision. You're coming to a decision. This isn't like you're all over the place. Like, you've decided where you want to be. This comes after a level of communication with this person. You need to be very honest in how you want to move forward with them. But you are moving forward with them. Like, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm seeing. I'm, you know, like here you have the Chariot next to this Page of Pentacles. So, you know, getting involved with this person again, but it's after deep levels of communication. It's also after getting to the bottom of things, you know. This is also truth-telling, admissions. This does not just have to be, the Page of Swords does not just have to be somebody spying on you. This can be getting to the bottom of communication, getting very blunt communication sometimes, you know. Conversation that's hard to have, but you have to have it. And sometimes people may be immature in regard to how they have it or how they went about it, but they need to learn from the mistake. Here we have the Six of Cups. So somebody from your past, but I feel that this is somebody that this is the same person. And I feel that there's a strong enough connection here between you that you may be able to salvage this. You may be able to actually do this. At least that's what it feels like you want to do. Moving into the present energy, we have, and this is all present energy, it's past, present, future, but it feels like this is more so present. It's evaluating the lovers, you know, do I continue on with this person, you know, looking at the situation for what they got into, you know, and it feels like you're looking at it, but there is still a level of dissatisfaction and defensiveness in regard to this. It's still, there's a harsh energy. I feel like you're trying, somebody here is trying to like, it's not like you see the humor in what's been done, but it's like you see the level of where this person was at when they did it, like their level of immaturity, or like how, does that make sense? Like it's like you're more mature in a way where you're actually able to see how this person came to do this thing, this indiscretion. And, you know, I think you are letting them back in. It feels like you're letting them back in. You're giving them a second chance, it feels like. Show me the Five of Pentacles in reverse for the lovers, please. Show me the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm just going to look at all these cards, but the one that popped up in front of everybody was the lovers. So, you know, you care about this person. You see the value in them, but you also see that they made a mistake. I feel that they made a mistake. What else popped out? So you have the Ace of Swords. You have the King of Swords. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords. Jeez. You have the King of Swords. The Seven of Swords. It's a lot of sword energy. Leo. And then you have the World. So, okay. Interesting, because it's like now, this is utter communication. This is clear, clear, clear. Let's get down to the bottom of it. Let's not pussyfoot around. Let us talk about this. Let's figure it out. And I think there's a lot of mental energy here, but I don't feel that it's necessarily the coldest energy. I actually feel you're bringing some warmth into this because you kind of understand where they're at. This may not be for everybody. If it's not for you, piece together what is for you. But it's like somebody's seeing somebody for where they're at in themselves, and therefore the indiscretion was, it's almost like it's forgivable. It's almost like there's a level of childish energy here. Yeah, so with that though, the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords with the Ace of Swords, like communication. It's logical, it's to the point, it doesn't mess around again. And then you also have the Queen of Swords. So you have the King and Queen of Swords here. So this is essentially communicating to the point where you're actually able to get back onto a level of stability. This is stabling things out, but this is like, we're not involving drama. We are going to communicate the shit out of this so we both are clear. And if we're not clear, we're going to talk about it again. And if it doesn't work out in that regard, then maybe we do need to figure out a different way. But it feels like you're going to be engaging again with this person. Yeah, but it's in regard to this, the Seven of Swords, you know? This is the deception. This is what happened here. I want to pull a card for the Seven of Swords. But whatever it is, it basically goes ahead and allows this person to gain deep lessons. These are deep, deep lessons from this. I don't think this person is going unscathed. I don't think that this person is going unaffected by this situation. I think that they are actually learning some very, very powerful things here. And I think you are a conduit for them to experience that level of learning because of the compassion that you're able to express to them. Or they to you. Show me for the Seven of Swords. Show me the Seven of Swords, please. For Leo. Show me the Seven of Swords for Leo. So yeah, Seven of Pentacles. So this is basically going against what you were trying to build with this person. This person went against that. It's like, and now you're having to reevaluate everything. Listen to their communication. Listen to the conversation that they bring you. Is it trustworthy? I feel like they're being fairly honest in regard to what it is that they want to communicate, you know. Yeah, Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck too. So a third party situation, again, this Lover's card, yeah, it's evaluating you guys, but also whatever this indiscretion was, it had two people involved. It had three people involved, I'm sorry. Somebody was juggling. Now you get to use your discernment, you know. And I feel too, under the Judgment card, you have the Five of Cups. You have the Five of Cups here twice. You know, this is regret, but also Two Cups behind you. I don't think this is for a new person necessarily. I think this might be the same person that you're getting involved with again. But it's like, you know, if you're going to do that, you need to not let the past, like, take over and overrun the situation. You need to be very conscious in how you go about it. And I feel that all of the Swords energy, all of this deep communication energy, like really solid, clear-cut communication, that helps with balancing this out. That helps with getting things back on track. Like, I feel like you're just defensive, and I feel like in the future you're going to be back and forth on this situation, but I also feel like you go forward. So for the next card, we have the Nine of Wands. This is defensiveness, again, what I was just speaking of. And it's, you know, clarifying it as the Page of Wands. So whatever they did, it's like, and I feel too, this person is a little bit more defensive now about how they're coming off to you just because it was impetuous, it was unthought out. You know, they didn't take you into consideration, they didn't take themselves into consideration and how it would affect everything. And I think now it's like I feel a level of like, I'm sorry, like but it's defensive too. It's sorrowful. It feels sorrowful, you know, like they don't know how to kind of fix it. They feel young. They feel younger. It could be a younger fire sign, you know, because you have the Page of Wands here twice. This is the final card, actually. I'll get to that in a minute, but you have the Page of Wands twice. This is somebody that moves quickly. They can be a lot of fun. They can be very energetic and boisterous. They can be ready to go, you know, life of the party, but also they can be just young fire energy who moves impetuously without thinking things through, you know? So just be conscious of that and, you know, allow somebody to grow. Like, you've experienced your life. I feel like this is for some older, younger situation. It doesn't have to be like you gotta be 20 years older, but like somebody who's older, somebody who's a little bit younger, you know, like and you're recognizing like the level of immaturity. The Justice card next. And so, yeah, you know, I feel like, Leo, this is you being very fair in regard to this. This is also using a lot of this energy here in regard to the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords. You have the entire, like, succession here. I feel that this is levels of maturity in this situation. I also feel that this is leveling things out via communication, you know, and I feel like you're able to get it back on track, but I don't think that you are, I don't think that you're like chastising this person anymore, because it's like you end up like with them being in a better spot. I'm getting a second story here, though. Give me a second. Underneath the Justice card, you have the Hermit. So basically, you know what? When you've evaluated this situation enough where it's like you know the value of this person, you know what they bring into your life, and I think you're willing to stabilize with them. You know, I feel in the future, though, like you need to be careful about their energy, just because I think it's going to be bringing you back to the feeling of them being young, them being immature. I think it's also going to be bringing you back to the feeling of disappointment. You need to be careful in regard to disappointment with this situation. This is a lesson, you know, but I feel too that, like, you know, you have the Five of Cups here leading into the future. And it is disappointment, it's regret, but it's like thinking about things. And like the Five of Cups here, they're not spilt over. They are actually pouring into one cup. They're all dribbling into one cup. I feel this is like an evaluation of emotions. And also, like, when we grow, we build our emotions. The cup fills with the capacity to learn, the capacity to feel and emote builds, you know. And I feel like you're allowing this person that grace. Because also it feels like there's unfinished business. You have the World in reverse, you know, so yeah, you're willing to check this out, you know. Four of Cups, back and forth in your head though about this too. Back and forth in your head about this. I don't feel that this is like, oh no, I'm not going to accept the offer. Like, I don't feel that. I feel that these two cards, because it's like you have the 5 and then you have the 4. It's a progression, and then, you know, you go back. Like, it's back and forth in regard to like feeling regret in the situation, like, you know. And I think that it's important to say that that can be normal too, just because it's like, you know, did I make the right decision in allowing this person back into my life? Was that good for me, you know? But I think it is, just because, you know, to clarify the Four of Cups here, you have the King of Pentacles. You know, you have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and now you have the King of Pentacles. I don't think that this is, I mean, somebody could be, you know, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. You have here, you've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here. You have Sagittarius. Yeah, you got Gemini. I mean, you have a lot of different people. It could be anybody. But in regard to going forward with this person is offering more. This person is growing up, you know, and I think that they are more so capable now of understanding. And what they bring is something solid. They want to have a new start. You have peppered throughout here all Page energy, but then it starts moving into Knight energy as well. It's like solidifying things, like really wanting to go the distance, you know. And these two cards popped out for this Four of Cups. The King and the Knight of Pentacles popped out for it to clarify it. Now, there's somebody who... they want to do it. They want to start. They want to continue. They want to continue. And that may be you being solid in this situation, feeling solid within yourself so you can move forward and feel more stable. But I also feel like they're on board with it. You have the final card. You have the Son of Wands here. So that's the Page of Wands. You know, again, this person, their energy, you know. But I feel that there's a graduation here in their understanding of what's going on. I feel that you guys are going to be better off. Clarifying the Son of Wands is the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is talking about love relationships, partnerships, you know, bonds that are deep. And I feel that this bond is deeper. I feel that this is something that you're able to move forward with. Like, you can forgive what it was that they did. And what they did was not great. I can't say exactly what they did. I mean... you know, it went against what you were trying to build with them, for sure. But it's change, and it's a change that's necessary. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Daughter of Swords, and you have the Sun. So, you know, again, another starter energy, another movement into something, you know, communication, but like going forward. And I think like this is your card too, Leo. You know, it's like you're going forward, but you're doing it, I think you're doing it with a level of acceptance, but also a level of like, you're astute, you understand, maybe astute's not the right word. You understand the situation better, where you can be okay with doing it. Show me the Four of Cups. Okay, so this is for the other, I was saying there's another storyline here, and I want to get into that now. So for the Four of Cups, again, you have the Five of Cups, and you also got the Princess of Discs. So for the other group of you, it's like the things that I've mentioned, like, you know what, you're trying to balance a situation out with this person, but in a way, what they've done is too much. What they've done is something that you don't want to engage in. This person is offering to you, and this is for the other group, this person is offering to you, but their energy is too immature. They're like in the pupa phase of a relationship, like in their head, like that's how their emotions are in regard to relationships. Yeah, they're offering you things, but it's not what you want. And by allowing yourself to move in a different direction, you end up with the Two of Cups. You go towards what it is that you want. That was the distinction between the two groups. Some of you, this is like you're feeling solid about this person again. You're forgiving them. You're allowing things to drop, and you're allowing the new energy to come through. For others of you, this is about recognizing what's been done in regard to the Seven of Swords, realizing that it's not something for you, and moving forward away from this person because what they offer you is immature on all levels. Those are the distinctions in this reading. Sometimes readings come up with multiple things, but I'm picking up for two groups of people right now, and this could be multiple, even more than that, but there's two distinct storylines here that I'm feeling right now. Show me the Two of Cups. So the Four of Pentacles. You know, Four of Pentacles, I think for the first group that are going to hold on to this, you're holding on to it. You're holding on to the connection here. You're allowing things to, the BS to drop, and you are able to hold on to it. For the other group of you, you're holding off from going any further with this person because you know what you truly want is this, and you can't have this with this person because they are too immature. They're too young. They need to stabilize themselves in regard to their emotions and how they experience relationships. Two groups here, okay? Romance angels, show me for Leo. 2018, October 2018, Romance Angels. Okay. So for those of you that want to stick it out and like solidify this again, reestablish this again, for those of you that are going to be going down that path with this person again, and you can truly forgive them, this is where it ends. In engagement, honeymoon at the bottom of the end. Again, I often say in my readings, like, I can't stand the romance angels. I'm really appreciative to Dorian Virtue, but I think they're overplayed, and I think they can be really cheesy and sometimes misleading. But like in regard to this first group, I don't think so. I think that you're able to see the value in the person, and you're able to allow them to grow and proceed and progress within this situation. You proceed with them, and you allow that to happen, and that allows you to move forward into a direction where this can happen, you know? Yeah, there's chemistry between you. And it's strong enough to not shut it down. It's strong enough to hold on to. The Four of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, it's strong enough to hold on to. For the others of you, by walking away from this, you end up moving towards what you want. You know, I'm going to, yeah. For the other group, show me the other group. Yeah. So as far as this goes, like, if you are moving away from a situation, if you're not going to take this decision offer from this person, if you're not going to go ahead with this person for the other group, you're going to stabilize your life. You're going to find satisfaction within stability, which is important. And this is what you're going to be focusing on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Stabilizing financially is incredibly important. I know it's not lovey-dovey, but like when you are financially stable, you feel secure. When you feel secure, you draw in people that are secure. Also financially, but also they have levels of security within themselves that this person did not. This person was way young. So again, 2 storylines. I really hope that that is helpful for you to understand. And I hope it wasn't confusing, because I'm not trying to confuse you. It's interesting reading cards just because you end up with one storyline and then like multiple different things, you know. I'm trying to thread them together, and I needed to separate both of those situations to hopefully help you understand this situation better. If it resonated, wonderful. If it did not, please don't make it fit. Like if you're in a healthy relationship, like, you know, I mean, I guess, sure, watch tarot readings, but like tarot readings tend to pick up energies that are heavier because hearts are hurt. Energies are down here. They need to be elevated. You know, if you're happy skipping down the aisle, you know, like, why are you watching tarot readings? Especially for like a collective where people have been hurt a lot of the time in relationships. So yeah, positivity regardless throughout this reading. I think it's positive, definitely, and it leads you to a direction that is going to be very fruitful for you financially, emotionally, you know, in the end, in the long run. But this person, for one group that's you're letting them go, they were too young. This is too young energy. They can't catch up to you, and it's not their fault. They're just too young, you know. And then with the other group, you are able to forgive them because of their youth. You're able to see what it is in regard to the things that they've done because of their youth, because of that young energy, and you're able to allow them the grace to move forward with you. And by allowing that to happen, you help them elevate, you help them graduate, because they now see how much they matter to you and how much you matter to them. It's something where they understand it, but you must let go of like the back and forth. And you really, I think these 2 cards for me, this back and forth energy with the 5 and 4 of Cups, I really feel that this is a necessity for you to stop regretting. And like, if you're gonna forgive somebody, you have to forgive them 100%. You can't bring things that are from the past or like this, you know, you have to communicate about it entirely, but you can't bring it back. You can't bring it into the future with you. If you do, you run a risk of poison. You insert poison into your relationships, Leo. If you do that, you must cut that energy clean out from your situation so you can have a better experience with this person, for those of you that are staying with this person. And yeah, I love that it was engagement and honeymoon. That was great. And on the bottom of the deck for, you know, energies, this could be the one, you know, I mean, and that's in reference to the group that you're sticking around with. This is for finance, the finances and career. That's for people that are letting the situation go and you're going to be taking care of yourself. So anyways, Leo, I hope this reading was helpful. I'm sorry it was a little bit all over the place, but that's how energy sometimes happens, you know, and I'm just trying to be a conduit for the energy, you know. It's like I'm not trying to control this. I'm just trying to be open to it so I can read it and hear it and feel it, because that's how I experience these readings. Like, I'm not just reading the cards, I'm also feeling energies that come through the cards, the energies, what it is that I'm connecting to, you know. I mean, some readings, like Aquarius's reading was rough as hell. Like, I literally felt like somebody was seeking out prostitution. Like, whoever the person they were dealing with was seeking out prostitution, and the person seeking that prostitution out was like incredibly rough on the prostitutes. Like, and I know that that's like an incredibly specific message, but like when I'm going into a reading and I'm feeling literal things and getting imagery and like body sensations, and it's a whole weird thing. So, because I'm an empath, I'm an intuitive person and reader, This is how my style works. It's not for everybody. You know, if you need, there are plenty of readers that can do that. And I'm not better or worse than anybody. We all have our own gifts. We all have our own way of conveying messages. This is mine, you know, this is mine, and I just have to allow it to be. So yeah, 2 storylines here, and both good outcomes. So I hope everything is well. I hope this resonated. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back again towards the middle of October. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Take care, Leo. Bye-bye.